What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, you're going to see some exceptional video footage by 3 different people from 3 different locations of what appears to be the same bizarre object in the nighttime sky. One out of Quebec, one out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and one out of Huntington, West Virginia. The sightings are anywhere from 700 to 800 miles apart. That would be like from Cincinnati up into Quebec, and then from Cincinnati over to West Virginia, it's just over a couple of hundred miles away. But it does appear to be the same object in the nighttime sky. As I do a side-by-side comparison of the videos, the one out of West Virginia up next to the one out of Cincinnati, and then the one out of Quebec compared to the other 2 videos, and it does look like the same object as you'll see in this video. Before we continue on, I want to take a look at another unique observation out of Canada, this time out of Alberta. Photo sent in by Sid S. This is not a panoramic view of this double-decker rainbow. This is an actual photo, and this is the way I received it from Sid S. And what caught his attention was this anomaly over here on the right-hand side of the big arch. I've seen many of these like you guys have. Have you ever seen anything quite like that? This thing looks deformed. I've never seen a deformed double-decker rainbow, or for that matter, any type of a rainbow with this type of anomaly. See it over here? You've got a thinner section of the lower part. This lower right-hand leg is thinner, and then there's a bulge up here on the top that doesn't fit in with the rest of the big arch. You can see here how it's pretty uniform until you get over here. Then there's an indentation here and a bulge over here, making this thing appear to have some sort of an anomaly. I just wanted to share that with you guys as I found it interesting. I've seen hundreds of these over the years, but that is a first. I've never seen one quite like that, and neither had Sid. That's what compelled him to take a second look at this photograph. We've seen a lot of double-decker rainbows. They occur, it seems like, pretty much on a daily basis somewhere around the world, but something like that right there is actually quite unique. Here at the website, we'll check out the Schumann Residence real quick. You can see activity is starting to pick up just a little bit as we do have a Earth-facing coronal hole. The first round of high-speed solar wind from that Earth-facing coronal hole could be arriving as we see a little bit of activity in the planetary K index and also in the Schumann resonance. But we still have that very low background noise in the Schumann. I'm not exactly sure what that means. You can see a spike here and some smaller spikes there. That is consistent with the planetary K index. A small increase in activity as we await the arrival of the high-speed stream of solar wind. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. Looks like a carbon copy of yesterday. Still have the absence of data on all of the seismographs. A little bit of activity across the northern tier and over here at the borehole seismograph. Earthquake activity at Madison River once again. But other than that, most of the seismographs are relatively quiet. Today's moon phase, March 12th, is a 1% waning crescent. I want to take you guys now up to Quebec. I've got 3 separate videos by 3 separate people that appear to have seen the same thing in the nighttime sky. This one was sent in by Jeanette out of Quebec, and it is being described as a rotating cube of some sort, or a square. This one here has a little bit of color to it. You can see at times, primarily it appears to be white, but she described this thing as a rotating square. You're going to see stunning similarities between this one, the one out of West Virginia, and the one out of Ohio. The one out of Ohio being the most colorful, and it almost looks like a rotating pyramid. This one here is out of Quebec. All of the videos were around a minute to a minute and a half long. The light appeared to be stationary in the nighttime sky with the exception of the high-speed rotation. All I did to these videos was zoom in. I didn't do any other modifications to the videos other than that. I zoomed in to get a little closer look at what we were seeing in the nighttime sky. Here I did slow it down to pull forward some of the color, and you can see it's rotating between green and blue, sometimes purple, but primarily white, and you can see edges on this thing, as the viewer described, a rotating square in the nighttime sky. Now we're going to go to Cincinnati, Ohio. This video was taken by Jennifer G. This one here has a little more color, and it too, like the one up in Quebec, is kind of a stationary, rotating object that appears to have straight sides on it, almost giving you the impression that this is some sort of a rotating cube. At times, as you're going to see with this video, I pause it it, it looks like a triangle, quite possibly a pyramid of some sort. Super unique observations, and all of these are very similar in nature, hundreds of miles apart, all in the nighttime sky, videos taken probably within 10 days of each other. Don't know what we've got going on here, guys. These are very good videos, good quality videos. They're not bouncing all over the place. This one too, like the other one, I didn't do anything other than zoom in, and I put it in slow motion, as you're going to see right here in this segment of the video. I slow it down, looking at the different colorful features on this thing, going from green to blue, sometimes purple. I pause it, and you're going to see this thing looks like a triangle, quite possibly a pyramid, however you want to describe it. And on the corners of this thing, there appear to be maybe lights on the corner. You'll see here in just a second when I pause it, right there. The object itself, in this segment here, the object looks solid green, but the corners appear to be kind of a shade of white or off-white. There it went to purple, then to blue, then back to green, then to white. This one here was observed above Cincinnati, Ohio, just a few days ago. Now we're going to go to Huntington, West Virginia. Video taken by Stiletto Czar of what appears to be, once again, a rotating cube, square, maybe a pyramid in the nighttime sky. I also do a comparison video. I put these side by side. I zoom in, and you're going to see these objects in the sky next to each other. I put the video side by side, and they have stunning similarities. It's almost like we're looking at the same object in the nighttime sky, but hundreds of miles apart. This one here stays primarily white. Here I zoom in, and I put it in slow motion, and you can see at times hints of different colors, but for the most part, this one stays white. It too was viewed as some sort of a rotating square, maybe a triangle or a pyramid. In this next video I put together, you're going to see a side-by-side comparison of each of these nighttime lights in the sky above Ohio, above West Virginia, and above Quebec. We're going to start with Quebec and Cincinnati, Ohio. Quebec being on the left, Cincinnati being on the right. See how similar they are in nature? They're almost exactly the same size. I paused the one on the right. There's where it looked like a pyramid above Cincinnati. But see, the size is almost identical. Their movements are almost identical. Here's Quebec on the left, Huntington, West Virginia on the right. Again, looks like we're looking at the same object, but hundreds of miles apart. Different viewers, and these viewers don't know each other. They just happened to send their video clips in to me, and if these people saw lights in the sky that have almost identical similarities to one another, it makes you wonder how many other people saw these things or have seen these things in the nighttime sky. These are just 3 observations of probably many, many more. Here's a still image out of Cincinnati, and this is the still image when it looked like a pyramid. And see on the corners are a slightly different color. Here it is in an inverted format. Light is dark and dark is light. Here's the one I was talking about. The corners appear to be a different color. That indicates that could be lights on the corners, but to me it looks like a small pyramid, quite possibly a cube, as the viewers were describing. A very fast rotating cube in the nighttime sky. Once again, Quebec, Ohio, West Virginia, and these are just the ones that were shared with me. There could have been many, many more. Great job, guys. Keep the photos coming. If you have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I'll use them in a video just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.